Hello, my name is Mustafa Al and I choose goal number 3, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. The reason why I chose this because in my opinion it's very interesting and I study medical technology at the University of Oulu, so it's very close. Like this subject is very close to my studying and it's very interesting as well. Targets, I choose target number 3B, support the research and development of vaccine and medicine for the communicable and non-communicable diseases that primarily affect developing countries, provide access to affordable essential medicine and vaccines, and how the non-developing countries can use that as well. Indicators, proportion of the population with access to affordable medicines and vaccines on a sustainable basis, and that includes the poor countries, for example, in South Africa, and how they can get their own medical and vaccines on a sustainable basis. Solution, helping the countries with making their own medicine and start their own medical research, that including uh, building their own labs and making their own medicine from there and start giving more jobs for the people as well. The solution goes on 3 steps. First, globally, developed countries' role. The developing countries play a big role with sharing their development and sharing equipment and other stuff. Big big companies' role, of course, big companies can play a big role as well in this by giving materials and providing the equipment, the right equipment to other countries. Even small companies can start with, for example, building labs to the poor countries to start their own medicines and vaccines. Locally, of course, provide the right resources, for example, money, materials, staff, and then wanting to change. Of course, the want to change is the most important because if nobody wants to change, then no change can happen. Making agreements, you like the government have to start making agreements with the small big companies and other countries to use their resources, and of course have to promise something instead, but still agreements is a big part of that. And finally, individually, of course, wanting to change from in each person have to come like from their own, and then get the right education. Like in my opinion, ignorance is the number one problem in the poor countries, and educated people can make the country from undeveloped to a developed country, and and that gonna make self-reliance, and then the people gonna want to self-reliance and then start their own building their own medicines and vaccines in their own country, not just buy it or get it from, for example, Red Cross from other countries. This idea, I think, in uh, South Africa is already tested with food. Like the UN, at some point they stopped not all the foods but some and started giving like seeds to the people there, and then the people gonna grow their own food and start their own farming career or like business there. And I think it's a very good idea to start the same in the medical research and with medicines and vaccines. That's all for me. Thank you for listening.